This is WPBF News 25 Morning.
During tough times, it is easy to let negative energy build up and wear you down. But this morning, there is a new approach to dealing with that stress. Motivational speaker David Pollay is here to explain. Good morning, David. So what is this new trick?
Good morning, Bob. Good to see you. This trick is something I've been teaching business leaders for almost 20 years and telling families about it, too. And what I call it, I call it the law of the garbage truck. And essentially, it's a process of focusing on what's important to you in life and letting the negative things you can't control pass you by. And it essentially boils down to this. Based on a story in the back of a New York City taxi cab ride that I had 18 years ago. But the essence of it is this. The law of the garbage truck runs like this. Many people can act like garbage trucks in their lives. They get full of disappointment, full of anger, full of frustration, and so in a sense, garbage piles up inside of them. What happens is they do what garbage trucks do then, is they have to look for a place to dump it. And if you're not careful, they'll dump it on you. So when someone wants to dump on you, here's the key. Don't take it personally. Just smile, wave, wish them well, and you got to wish them well, and move on. Just move on. That way, you're able to let those negative things you can't control pass you by, the metaphor of the garbage truck pass you by, so then you can focus on what's most important to you.
What if you are the dump truck?
Well, see, that's a great question, because what a lot of people do is when they first hear the law of the garbage truck, they say, that's it. Now I have the key to, it's everyone else. But the reality is that we ourselves produce our own form of garbage, and so then the idea is I actually take people through what I call the No Garbage Trucks Pledge. And so we have people, it doesn't matter what business they're in, what part of the world they're in, how old they are, I have everyone take the pledge, and it boils, 10-sentence commitment, but it boils down to this. One, you've got to let the garbage pass you by, but two, and this comes to your point, I do not spread garbage to others. And then, because I am not a garbage truck. So if you can say those two things, I let garbage pass me by, and I do not spread it to others, the world ends up becoming a better place.
All right, well, there's a lot of garbage going around these days with the bad economy. What can you really do to kind of pick yourself up and not necessarily dwell on the problems?
We know there's so much happening, as you say, with the economy and world news and so forth, that what I suggest to people, if you can first let those negative things pass you by, then you can focus on what you can control, and that is what you're grateful for. And so there are four things that, one, what can you do to let things pass you by that are negative, but then enjoy every day, do what you love, and make a difference. And all of that is based in a science called positive psychology. That's my background. And that the research shows that when you're enjoying every day, when you're doing what you love, and when you're making a difference and you feel as though you're making that difference, you not only have a larger impact on the community, but you yourself feel just a whole lot better.
Okay, very interesting stuff. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. David Pollay, he'll be back in the 8 o'clock hour with more tips on how to live a better life.
Time now, 6 bag was worth $100,000.
During tough times, it is easy to let negative energy build up and wear you down, but there is nothing about that going on with our guest this morning. We are joined by a man who has a new approach to dealing with stress. He's a syndicated columnist and motivational speaker. His name, David Pollay, and he is here to explain his methods this morning. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Bob. Thanks
so
much.
So what is the secret to keeping up during these bad times?
You know, the thing that I've been suggesting for almost 18 years is something that I call the law of the garbage truck. And the law of the garbage truck is essentially a strategy for helping us stay focused on what's important in our lives and letting the negative things that we cannot control pass us by. So essentially it comes down, and we're actually going to post the full story on the WPBF website later this morning so people can look at it. But the essence of it comes down to this. The people can feel at times and act like garbage trucks. And so what happens is they're full of frustration, full of anger, full of disappointment, and so as their garbage piles up, they do what garbage trucks do. They have to look for a place to dump it. And if you're not careful, they'll dump it on you. So here's the key. When someone wants to dump on you, the first thing is don't take it personally. Just smile, wave, wish them well, and just move on. Just move on. And that way you can let those folks pass by and wish them well, but then focus again on what's most important in your life.
And then what if you are the garbage truck?
Yeah, that's the key question, because most people get really quickly, well, I'm going to let all the garbage of other people pass by, but you have to take responsibility that we have our own garbage that we need to make sure we're not spreading. So I actually have people take the No Garbage Trucks Pledge. It's actually been translated into 50 languages, and the idea is boils down to this, that after you don't accept other people's garbage, you don't spread your own garbage, and you focus again on good things to share with other people, and ultimately
I think we actually have some tips here that we can put up. Go ahead, walk us through these.
Yes, they're based on the science of positive psychology, my background, which is how do people become happier and more successful in life. So the first thing is disregard the things that you cannot control. That's number one. But then you want to be able to do three things. Enjoy every day. Find something in your life that you do well and that you enjoy. Bring that into your life. Do what you love, which is essentially bringing your natural strengths to something that you do every day at work, at home, and then make a difference. Connect with your volunteer community, connect with your family. If you do those three things, research shows not only will you make the world a better place, you'll be happier.
All right, some interesting thoughts this morning. Thank you very much, David Pollay. For more information on David, his column, and the story about garbage trucks, you can head to our website, WPBF.com. Look for the link under the Scene on 25 section.